Hi there. So we are here again for Something Saturday. So today I thought I would show you this really cute little box that has like a spring lid sort of thing that you sort of push the sides of it and it pops open, and it'll all be explained in a minute. Anyway, so don't think there's much else I can tell you. I'm just going to flip the screen and show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. It did not look that dark earlier when I tried this out. Okie dokie, so this is the little box that I'm talking about. See? So, and it just closes like that. So it's a really cute little box. It just springs open and then closes. Like one of those purses that, you know, has the metal pieces on either side, but obviously this doesn't have any metal. So yes, there you go. Pop. And that is what it looks like all around. So I have seen this done by somebody else, and of course they used inches, and I'm a centimeters girl in case you hadn't gathered. So I'm going to show you how to make it using half a piece of A4 paper. So enter the A4 cardstock. Not paper, cardstock, because paper wouldn't actually be strong enough to do this. Alright, so I have a little diagram here. I'm going to score it 1 centimeter from this end, and then 10 centimeters. So this paper measures 21 centimeters. So I know that if I take 1 centimeter off, then I'll have two 10 centimeter blocks. So I'm just gonna do that. So we are going to score at 1 centimeter, and then at 10 centimeters. So you'll have one there and one there, and then you want to score at 2 centimeters this way. So 2 centimeters. And then you flip it round and you score at 2.5 centimeters. 2.5. Now, the larger part is the bottom. So, because it's 2.5 centimeters, we can also cut these bottom pieces. So it's going to be a halfway mark between the two, which, because this is 10 centimeters, we know it's going to be 5 centimeters. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut it. So I'm going to take my cutter to the 2.5 centimeter mark, and I'm just going to cut down, and it's literally just cutting from there downwards. You could do this by hand if you wanted to. It's just I'm going to do it this way because I can. So we've got the 5 centimeters again. Oh no, hang on. It's going to be 6 centimeters because we've also got this extra centimeter here. So 6 centimeters, and then I'm just going to line that up with that and cut it down. And then the 10 centimeter mark, or well, in this case it'll be 11 centimeters. You know what? I'm going to turn it around so it is 10 centimeters. So 10 centimeters, and bring this to the 2.5 centimeter mark again. It's almost there. There it is. And then cut that. So you should now have 4 little flaps down the bottom here. And then you've got that. This one across the top, and that one down the side. So that's what you should end up with. Now we're going to move that out of the way and enter the bone scorer. So what we now need to do is create this pattern here with it. So what it's going to do is it's going to go from your cut point there to the edge here, and you score that line. And the same thing again from the cut point to there, and you score that line, and that one there, and last but not least, that one there. So you should now have that, so a W shape basically. So we can fold that, and we can fold, oh, open it up, so it doesn't fold all the way along there, it just folds up to there. And that one. So the next thing we want is, because this part here becomes the flap, but we don't need quite so much there, and I'm looking around for my scissors. There they are. So you're just going to take a little bit off there, and we actually don't need this whole section. So what I'm going to do there is just trim off like that, and oops, like that, and get rid of those bits. Okie dokie. So that is our basic purse. So it's going to end up like this, and the bottom's going to fold in, and that bit's going to open up. However, we also want it to look pretty on the outside, because it's kind of plain and boring at the moment. So I am going to use from the same series of paper as this one. So this one is called Hydrangea Hill Designer Series paper, and how pretty is this? So I'm just going to show it to you. It's so pretty. I love this paper. Mind you, who doesn't? I mean, it's kind of one of those things that you just fall in love with papers all the time, or at least I do when you're a paper crafter. Isn't that pretty? Wait, get back in there. And we've got that one, and that one, and that one's the same. That one, quite similar to this one, but it's smaller ones of it. And how nice is that? I thought that was lovely, that one. So there we go. I think that's all 6 pieces. Okie dokie. So I'm going to use this one, which looks like that on the other side. And what we want is, I'm going to go with it so that it has a little bit of a gap all the way round. So bearing in mind this was 10 centimeters across, I'm just going to go with 9.5 centimeters. So 9.5 centimeters, and we're just going to take that piece off there. And then I want 9.5 centimeters again. So because I'm going to do this on the front and the back, I might as well cut 2 of them at the same time. 9.5. Let's grab those. Okay. So I should have 2 squares of 9.5 centimeters. Now what I'm going to do to get this point here, I'm actually just going to take it and fold it, because, you know, although 9.5 centimeters equals 4.75 centimeters, who likes measuring 4.75 centimeters? So I'm just going to put a little doodah in there, and same thing on here. So I'm just marking up the back of it rather than marking on the front of it. There we go. And then that means that I can go from that cut at that point there to that point there. So you've got to the corner. Wait, move my fingers back a bit. And you've got one piece. Same thing here. 2, 3. So that'll be one side. And oh, where's my corner thing gone to? There it is. So there, up to there. And that one to that one. I've got a feeling it just moved on me. There it is. Righty-ho. So it's ever so pretty that side as well, actually. Ooh, no, I better not, because I've already marked it on that side. Tempting. Tempting to do that. Very tempting. It's kind of nice. I like that. And then I could do the other side. I could do it like that on this side. Except for the fact that I've got that piece there. And on that one too. Okay. Now. So in theory, they should all fit anyway. Maybe I'll just do one side in purple and one side in... No, that doesn't work either because of this little black dot. Okay, potentially, if you didn't do the black dot on it, you could do it whichever way round you wanted to. That's handy, isn't it? Righty-ho, so, excuse the scrap bit of paper, and just actually... Oh, there it is, look at that. I've got my silicone pad here. And I really should make sure that I put the glue on the correct side of the cardstock. There we go, so we'll go all the way to the ends. So make sure that you do go to the points, because otherwise it's going to look, the points are going to start coming off, if that makes sense. And there, that onto there. And oh, being a bit messy with my glue here. My goodness. And obviously there goes the phone, which hopefully someone in the house will answer. Somebody will get it eventually. Either that or they'll just leave it and then I'll end up with an answer phone message in here as well. No, that's good. Somebody's answered it. Ah! Come back. All is forgiven. Alright, and we're going to put that round like that and into there. So we've got that one now. And then we're just going to do the same for this part here. Just going to use up a bit of that on the back of there. And there we go. Oh dear. Being extremely messy with my glue. There's that one. That's good. And so next weekend, if you're around this area, is the Picture to Page show. So they have moved the venue. So if you've been to it in the past, it's usually in Kangaroo Flat at the primary school, but we've actually now moved to the showgrounds in Bendigo. So I think it's called Holmes Road, the main showgrounds address. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing how it turns out in there. Our stand is different size to the one that we used to have, so that'll be interesting to see how we fill it as well. There we go, that's looking good now. And the other thing you want to do, why have I got another one? Oh, yes, of course, so that was the spare piece. So the other thing you need to do is just add a little bit on the top here as well. Yeah, that seems to be the same size. Excellent. Alright, so I'm going to go with just under 2 centimetres. So I'm going to leave it with 1 millimetre on each side because I know this is cut to 2 centimetres, if that makes sense. So I will pop the measurements up on my blog. So if you're looking to try and make one yourself, then you'll be able to find those measurements there when I hopefully get around to doing that. So we will just do that and that. And one of those onto there. That looks pretty good actually. I think that looks like a much nicer distance apart. And I'll just do the same with this one. Oh, hello, we're stuck. created there. Keep getting very sticky here actually today. Very hot day today is. I'm actually making this ahead of time so that I can do something else in the morning, to be perfectly honest. Now, what you're going to do next is you're going to take this part here and you're going to flap it over and attach it down. So we are going to add some glue to the flappy bit. And stick it down like that. So you've now got that piece here, and then the bottom of it just should, in theory, tuck in like that and create a base. I wonder whether I would be better off that way. Oh, looks about the same. Okay. So that was silly to put the lid on it, really, wasn't it? So I'm just going to hold that piece there for a moment. Hope it stays. A little bit of glue on that side. Hold that one down. And in fact, what I'm going to do is pop it down like that and just use the edge of my pen just to make sure that it actually does get properly stuck down. And there it is. So my box is twisted very slightly, so all I'm going to do is just run along the bottom there with a pair of scissors and trim off that little extra bit there. And I will say the boxes have a little bit of a rock going on. See, they can rock in sequence maybe. Little things amuse me. But oh, and there was something else that I did. So because I thought this cardstock here was really pretty, I actually cut one of them out with one of my circle dies, and I was thinking I could put one of those onto there and it would look really nice, and I think it will, so I'm just going to do that. Oh, come to the end of this. So just bear in mind when you come to the end of your dimensionals that it's kind of not the end once you've taken all the middle ones out, because there's all this around the outside and all you do is just cut it and use it. So never throw your dimensionals out until the sheet is completely empty, like that part completely empty, if that makes sense. And we're just going to pop that onto there. I reckon it would even look nice with a bit of ribbon or a bit of twine in the background of it, but I didn't think of doing that. I should have done. Look, I bought new twine yesterday. It arrived and I thought it was rather nice. This one's the Forever Greenery Trim Combo Pack, and I'm just going to open it now because you know, I've got you in front of me and captive audience and all that. I thought the gold looked really nice. Ooh, it is, isn't it? Nice. And then it's got this thicker ribbon as well. Let's just get rid of that and bring that out too. It's probably not, the ribbon probably isn't going to go with this because that's in a nice vanilla-y colour. But I reckon I could have gone with a bit of gold twine behind that and made it look quite nice. Oh, famous last thoughts, as they say. Ah, why didn't I think of that earlier? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and let me know if you decide to have a go, because I'll be interested to see how yours turn out as well. Not too sure how to display those. It's like I want to stand them up, but then if I stand them up, all you'll see is the top of them, and that's not very exciting, really. So, as I say, hope you've enjoyed this video, and do feel free to share it. So, share the love, and I will hope to see you next Saturday. Bye.